Good morning, dreamers. You know, it's rather fascinating when you start looking at life from different considerations other than the way you were taught to look at life, that you start seeing things differently. Things that before you thought were so obvious, they change. And things that you missed before come forward and become more obvious. When I spoke to you in the beginning of this as dreamers, I did it so very deliberately because you're dreaming your reality just like I'm dreaming mine. And right now, we are in the process of sharing a dreamed reality. I can remember back in the 60s, when I first came out to California, big things were happening in San Francisco. And it drew me. It really did. It was an attraction to me to where I came all the way from Florida. Talk about summertime. And what I experienced out here, while it didn't all resonate with me, yet there was some confirmation that occurred at that time that then, from that time to now, continued to be alive in me and to wake up more and more and more. Awakening. Sometimes I am so sure of what it is, and that's generally speaking from contrast. Because when I consider what I used to live as my awareness and what I'm discovering now, it is as if I am awakening. It's as if I'm awakening to another me. It's as if in awakening to another me, I'm discovering things that I used to live that no longer feel good and living. And so I'm letting them go. And in the process, I'm starting to consider, all right, well, what am I going to replace them with? I mean, I've sat around in meditation long enough to drive myself crazy. Of course, I'm sure I'm the only one that's ever done that. I'm not knocking meditation. Meditation has its place because it helps us to get to a place in ourselves where we sort things out. But then once you start sorting things out, you want to put something into action. And you see, that's where I feel like humanity is coming to right now, at least in different pockets and different places. We're starting to realize that we aren't who we believed we were. And in so doing, we're looking inside and outside of ourselves to see if there are connections that we can make with others who are having similar experiences. Now, not all of this is on a conscious level, but nevertheless, it's still happening. Hence why we are all here today. We have been attracted here because of what we are experiencing inside ourselves and what we are feeling drawn to that then stimulates or confirms, or perhaps both, what's going on. Now, the awakening mind is not necessarily a mind of ease, nor a mind at peace. When you start looking at your life and seeing things that you believe to be true that no longer are registering as truth, that doesn't necessarily immediately come to a place of peace and ease. So if you look at this from the perspective of the information that has reached our awareness to a great extent has been disturbing. And disturbing to such a degree that I at times have thought, God, I wish there were another off planet that I could get to. You know? just to avoid the chaos and the confusion that's going on here. But then, damn, it just isn't there. Or if it is, I don't have the means to buy the transportation to get there and back. Just as well. Because after exhausting this and that and the other, I've come to realize, all right, it really isn't so much a matter of what's going on out there as it is my reaction or response to it. I can't really change out there. I've tried. I've tried with you. Going to the old paradigm of, okay, I'll rescue you, right? You need rescuing. I mean, that's so obvious. Then reaching the place of, that's not solution. Solution is an awakening inside to where you come to a place of accepting you. And that doesn't happen overnight, and nor is it the easiest thing to accomplish. But once you do start reaching that place of inner acceptance, then you look and you see, my goodness me, everything else while I've been focusing all this attention on me has amped up out there. It hasn't settled down. It's become even more chaotic. It's as if there is an intention of pressure being placed upon all of humanity, and perhaps it's from the perspective of a deliberate action to deter us away from self-discovery. But anyhow, it's an ever more intensifying environment in which we're living. So, all of this with awakening comes down to basic considerations. All right, what are we going to choose that we allow in our awareness? There is so much information that we are being bombarded with right now that we still need to make a choice of what of that information matches where we are and who we are becoming. That then requires of us to perhaps push some out that no longer is serving us, instead of trying to continue to fill up. You reach a bursting point. So you get to the place of, all right, I need to be selective here. I need to figure out what I want to have in my awareness. What is going to aid and assist me? What matches, what supports me in my awakening? And, that goes to the extent of who you're going to associate with. Do you just associate with everybody, everything, all the time? Or do you find that being selective in your awareness also makes reference to what you choose to do and who you choose to do it with? And speaking of doing it with, all of the stuff that you're going through and that's going on inside of you, how are you going to communicate this to others? And who of the others do you really want to communicate it with? That's easily discovered. It's easily discovered. Just go ahead and tell somebody what you're experiencing in your own inner awareness that you translate into awakening. See how they respond to it or react to it. Oh, that's nice. I got something to do. I'll see you later. Words to the effect that reveal not everyone is on the same page with regard to awakening. As a matter of fact, it would seem that some haven't even turned to that page yet. Of course, it is first letter of the alphabet, but there's a W that follows it. That's a long way through. Who knows how long it could take to get there? In this discovery, you're looking for others and information that helps you in where you're going to help you to get there. Have you ever done any reading or listened to others and wondered in yourself, where the hell did I get off? I'm just not hearing. I'm just not hearing awakening coming from this article. I'm not hearing it come from this person. What are they talking about? Is this a foreign language? It looks like English. What's the deal? And then it causes you to realize, hey, even with the authority that is put into the expression of the information given, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to translate into a match. So again, this really reveals you need to be selective, and in your selectivity, not exclusive to where you rule other things out. So, this awareness that's happening to us, that we are participating in, this awakening that I personally, and I feel with many of you, also it is a personal thing. You want to discover this. You want to explore this. You want to find out more about who you are and this thing called awakening. To move away from what you realize kept you really down in what you were choosing to live before. How are you going to honor this awareness? You know, that might cause you to look again and say, well, what does that word mean? It may be so foreign to you because of what you've been living just to exist, just to survive, that you don't understand what honoring is. And then again, it may have been something that you came with into this incarnation, and it's very easy for you to realize, well, honoring, that really has a deep and powerful meaning to me. That not only to me, but I feel it also is regard to everything that I experience. It is so magnificent, it is so beautiful, it is so wonderful. But the awakening also has a way of bringing this forward, you see. That we've looked at life from such a myopic perspective and with such lenses of limitation on, that we did not really enjoy the beauty that this planet has to offer us. We did not really enjoy the beauty of ourselves. We were so far removed from our own inner beauty that it was as if when it's experienced, it's a major discovery that you look at yourself and you say, my God, I am beautiful. My God, I am a wonderful being. And then you put forth the effort with that honoring of awareness to live the beauty that you're seeing yourself to be. It's really three basic simple things. To look at it and see, what are you going to choose so far as what you include in your awareness? And then, how are you going to communicate this? And then to a place of, what action are you going to take personally that reveals how you are honoring your own awakening? Sometimes it translates into, shut up. Consider the company you're with and just shut up. You don't always have to say what you are thinking or feeling or believing. And then again, other times it's going to cause you to step out of yourself and go and reach to someone else that otherwise you would never have even gone close to. You wouldn't even be in the same proximity. And that's because you're honoring something that is speaking from within you, that you could say is your heart awareness, that you're developing an ear to hear, and as you hear it, you're then gaining the confidence to follow through and do your bidding, your higher self bidding. So, this may sound as if it is some type of an expression that awakening has already happened and we're playing catch up. I am firmly convinced that that is not true at all. I am more of an awareness that awakening is reaching a place where more people are responsive to it. They're beginning to listen and hear, and because of the momentum that's building with those who are awakening, there's more of that power on the planet right now that's stirring and stimulating others who have that kind of receptivity. So while I wouldn't suggest that you walk out here into the farmer's market and say, "Hey everybody, I'm an awakening being. How about you?" Talk to the fruits and the vegetables. They have a much greater receptivity. And that's because they naturally have always been there. Okay, thank you very much. For more information about the Metaphysical Church of Enlightenment or the Rodin Foundation, please go to our website at www.rodin.org. If you have been inspired by the revelations shared in these podcasts, please donate to the Rodin Foundation's ongoing efforts to help others help themselves at www.rodin.org/donate.